originally pestered my sister Lila to go bungee jumping. I had a very adventurous side, she not so much. But the three of us ended up deciding on whitewater rafting. Lila's still not quite obliging, so she was still not very sure about it. Now remember, this is Africa. So we're whitewater rafting, and it's level 5 rapids. And also the water is infested with deadly animals. It was a sweltering hot day, mid-40s, which is typical Africa. And it had begun with our safety talk. So a demonstration on how to wear your life jacket properly, very important. How to brace, so when you would get to a really challenging point in the river, you had to brace, and how to hold the rope. There's a single rope that wraps around the interior of the raft. It is your lifeline. Okay, so if you don't have this, you're not connected to the raft and you're not connected to the people. We make our way down a steep declined mountain and we put our 8-person raft into the water. I can sense that my sister is not fully comfortable. Being the younger sibling, I kind of, laugh it off, and I was very adventurous, and I said, it's all good, Lila. Like, relax, it's good, we're good, let's have a good time. Then we set sail down the Zambezi, unaware of the adventure that's to follow. And we're off down the Zambezi River of Zimbabwe. The water is bouncing and twisting and turning, and it's going fast. I absolutely love it. You have to work as a team and make an athletic effort, which is right up my alley. The guide informs us that we are approaching a challenging point and reminds us to hold onto the rope and to brace ourselves. I repeat the safety words in my mind, just to be cautious and, just go through it in the head. Don't let go of the rope. You got to hold on. Our raft capsizes. I'm repeating in my head, don't let go, don't let go. We quickly flip back over, and we're on our way. So we're good. We flipped, we're good, but it rattled me. I could feel the impact and the force of the water. And my confidence, that confidence that I had with my sister and that arrogance was gone. I became really nervous, like I am kind of right now. Our guide starts to warn us, so we're on our way again, and our guide starts to warn us that we are approaching the most challenging curve that the Zambezi has, so level 5 rapids. Before he's able to finish his sentence, our raft is vertical, and we're all hanging on for dear life. As the raft crashes down, my body is twisted in the opposite direction of my now only hand that is holding onto the raft. I am scared, and I cannot hold the position. I let go. Breathe, Emilie, breathe. I am tossed at a pace and a force that I've never experienced before in my life. I'm desperately grasping for air, but all I'm getting is mouths full of water. Life begins flashing in front of me. Gratitude, purpose, life. Upriver, back on the raft, everyone is climbing back in. Completely frantic with the experience they've just had. They felt the intensity as well. So they're all climbing back in the raft. When my sister Lila stands immediately, frantically, she demands to know where I am. Madame, sit down. It's okay, it's gonna be okay. The kayakers that are thankfully trailing behind us will send them. Meanwhile, I had been washed away. a completely different experience entirely. Even if I were to survive the level 5 rapids down the Zambezi, I would not survive what was waiting at the end. Crocodiles, hippopotamus, and the surrounding land that was lions, scorpions, and poisonous snakes. This was it. I knew what was happening. I'd be washed away down the Zambezi River forever. Whoosh! I'm yanked up by the collar of my life jacket and tossed against a hard surface. It's the kayaker. He and I skillfully maneuver my legs and wrap them around the nose of the kayak. It's like we knew what to do right away. And I hold on to a rope. I'm moving through the rapids on a kayak, upside down, moving backwards, desperately trying to keep my head above the water. I feel much safer than I did. However, we're not out of the clear. We still have to get through. He had the kindest, warmest smile that shone through his eyes. That was all I could see. It was then, looking in his eyes, that I knew I would be okay. The water began to slow and settle. I could see and I could breathe. I am alive. We made our way to the end where I saw a raft and I climbed from the kayak onto the raft. I didn't have much to say, so I just smiled to let everyone know that I was okay. However, the entire rest of the time, I held that rope with a life and death grip. Eventually, when we settled at the end of the pool, the raft with my sister and cousin came through. I was then amazed to see how far and how fast I had actually gone. Wow. Very intense. I climbed back into the raft with my sister and cousin, my family, safe. We reached land, solid ground. I've never been so happy to see solid ground, but I looked up to see just one more challenge. We had to climb back up what we came down. Now, normally, this would be just my kind of thing. I love to keep fit, and I enjoy climbing, but I had just been in a battle. My muscles were heavy and sore, and my lungs burned. I was exhausted. I remember watching the local workers and the guides running up and down the mountain in their bare feet, carrying all of the equipment. It was incredible. We reached the top. We are back where we originally started, with hot food, locally made hot food, and water awaiting our arrival. I've never been so grateful for simple, basic things. I was arrogant in the situation, overconfident in the experience. It's amazing how a mindset can change from being very excited for an adventure to being scared for your life. To this day, that was the best meal I have ever had. It's probably because I'd been washed away and learned a rapid lesson in life. Thank you.